and North Carolina kick off the College World Series. And the head coach, Scott Forbes, is back. Been here as an assistant. Now in his fourth year as the head coach, he's bringing his Tar Heels here, and he joins us now. Good morning, Coach. Congratulations, and welcome back to Omaha.
Good morning. Appreciate y'all having me on.
Hey, from afar, we were watching on TV. You're a relatively young guy. How'd the old ticker handle the tension convention with LSU and then West Virginia? I mean, are you okay? The heart's ticking. Everything's fine?
I tell you what, I appreciate that compliment. I don't feel that young after those 4 regional games and then 2 super regional games. And my daughters tell me constantly that I'm bald and I'm looking older and older because I wear glasses now. So I really appreciate that. I tell you what, they were great games. But yeah, I mean, there wasn't one that was so-called where you sit back and cross your legs and relax. But we found a way, and LSU, they're just so good. But it started for us having to beat Long Island and come back on that game on Friday night, the first game of the regionals, and then obviously 2 really close games against West Virginia as well.
So you've been around this business for a long time, and you know a lot of high-level thinkers like yourself that are in the coaching business. And when everybody gets together to kick off the welcome back to campus, and we're getting ready for the off season to roll into the regular season, you have a team meeting and you stand up and you go through the rules and you talk about the goals. Your players reference your first team meeting back in August about it. Not only was your goal to get to Omaha, which is everybody's dream in college baseball, but when you get here to win it. When you say that and you talk it into existence, why did you stand in front of your team, Coach, and know these are the guys that if I say it, they will follow through and we can make it happen?
Yeah, this year more than ever, I'm probably not the only one, but I'm a big Nick Saban fan. And any coach, you have to continue to learn and continue to grow. But I really believe in the blueprint of, talking more about the current day and how we're going to accomplish what we want to accomplish. So that first team meeting, we just stated what we wanted to accomplish. And it wasn't just getting to Omaha. It's also that is trying to win North Carolina their first national championship in baseball. And we got that out of the way, hadn't talked about it. And this group went to work. There are a lot of players on this team that had to watch Arkansas celebrate a super regional and Omaha trip on our field 2 years ago. So that also, that memory can motivate you. But this group has really bought into it, and they've been well led. It's a player-led group where really all I've had to do and our staff had to do is really concentrate on coaching and not any of the other baloney.
Coach, watching you guys play LSU, it brought back memories of Rosenblatt Stadium, watching Andrew Miller have to deal against LSU, and you've seen a lot on that mound, both in Rosenblatt and downtown Omaha as well. When you look at this pitching staff and just the overall identity of that staff, where do you put this group in what is obviously the most important time of the season?
I tell you, the thing about this group that has really separated as the season's moved along has been the depth of our bullpen. Mm-hmm. Now, our starters have done well. We have a true freshman, Jason DeCaro, and then a transfer, Shea Sprague, that have really done well and given us length. And then we had to move Aiden Halkin. We actually lost 2 really good arms this year, 2 legitimate Friday night guys. So that's even been a neater deal to see this team, this Coach Gaines and Coach Howell, our 2 pitching coaches, work together to figure out what to do with the staff. But the bullpen, it's different looks. Dalton Pence has emerged as a stopper that can throw multiple innings. And then Matty Mathias, Matt Poston, and Ben Peterson, and then now you get in this format and you can take Houck back out of that third starter role and throw him back into the bullpen. I feel like that's a big strength. And then our defense has been really good, been locked down. And our outfield defense, in my opinion, probably the best outfield in the country. And when you get out here, as y'all know, that's just so vital. It's vital now in college baseball because everybody trains to hit the fastball, and there's so many pitchers that want to try to live at the top of the zone. You're just giving up more hard hit balls in the outfield. So I feel good about the makeup of it. And, you got to go do it. But at the end of the day, you have to have those horses on the mound. And I feel like we've got those.
Scott Forbes, head baseball coach of North Carolina, joining us. North Carolina, Virginia kick off the College World Series on Friday. What's it like having a front row seat to watch Vance Honeycutt play?
Man, it is. you're talking about just an athlete that we recruited out of high school, more of an infielder. And it was clear his first couple of days we need to move him to center field. And since that day, he's been the best center fielder I've ever been around.
Whoa.
And that I've ever seen play. And that's 27 seasons. He's the fastest player that I've coached, or that I've coached by far. But him and Trey Turner are the two most electric, speed guys. But then the combination for Vance with the power and the speed, home run hitter. It's been, and he's just such a great kid and a leader. Doesn't take days off, always working to get better. So really, this year more than ever, I said, okay, chances are pretty good he won't be back here next year. And I've just enjoyed being around him and watching him play. It's a generational type player.
And you have players like this. We're talking so much this week about this field of 8, and there are so many stars, and Vance obviously being a big part of that. Do you prep a guy like Vance any different than you would in the regular season, knowing that when you get on this stage, knowing that he's got first-round draft potential, and I mean, it's not even potential, it's going to happen, but guys tend to want to do more or maybe try to showcase that talent a little bit more, that you just got to remind them how good they are?
Yeah, 100%. And I learned that, early on when I was back here at UNC with guys like Andrew Miller and Daniel Bard, and then having the Matt Harveys, the Zach Gallons, the Michael Bushes, all these guys we've had here, the great players. But realistically, it's a big year for them. And, I like to just sit down with them before and really just say, hey, there's a good chance this is your last season. So let's look at it from that view. And, if that is the case, it's kind of like your senior year. You don't want to look back and say, I didn't do this, I didn't do that. So really, I just challenge them to be a kid, to have fun, to go to the football games, go to the basketball games, just enjoy the heck out of it because it's going to go fast. And if you do that, you won't concentrate on the quote pressures of the draft, because people are going to pick you apart when you got a chance to be a first round pick.
Yep.
But more just dive into this team, to trying to win on this team, but also just being a college kid. And Vance has done a tremendous job of that.
Hey, what does weekend after weekend playing in the ACC do for your program, and then do for your program when you get to the stage of your season could be on the line?
Yeah, well, I tell you, the ACC, and I've been in it a long time, this season, top to bottom, was as good as it's ever been. Anybody could beat you. You had to play. There have been years where I've been in North Carolina early on where, we went 4 years in a row. We're just more talented and it showed. But now, with the transfer portal and kids being older, it really prepares you, because you feel like no matter who you play, you've seen it. And, now we got 4 SEC teams, 4 ACC teams. SEC's the same. The power arms, they're slot, lefty, slot righty, sidearm guys, teams that run like Kentucky, teams that hit home runs like Tennessee. We've got them in our league. We're getting ready to play one. Arguably the best offensive team, top to bottom, in the country. Maybe not home run wise, but just pure hitters. So it really prepares you, and that helped us. All of a sudden we're playing LSU 3 times. It's like, okay, we play this every weekend. So that's the great thing about playing in this league for sure.
I want to get your day-to-day this week, because it used to be a time, you can go all the way back to 2018, the last time UNC was here. It was more about the experiences, more about your team, your scouting report on the other team. Now there is that recruiting element that exists as well during the College World Series. As a head coach of not only preparing your guys for the greatest experience they're going to have, but also looking to the future and always trying to stay ahead when it comes to recruiting. What is this week like for you and your staff?
It has been like something I've never seen. As soon as that portal opened, and we have a unique approach. Well, it may not be unique. It's our approach towards the portal. We'll walk away, from some maybe talent that's on the outside if it's just not the right fit in our locker room. We feel really good about our culture, the type of kids that we have in our locker room, and we want to add the right kids, and we still get elite high school kids. So you got to get the right mix. But what it has told me is if I could find a way to get this portal to not open until July 1st.
Yep.
because, that's the first thing, honestly, I woke up this morning thinking about a kid that we're really trying to get that's on the portal, and then another kid that just went on. Obviously, I get on the phone with them. But, you just have to accept it and know that, hey, sit down with our staff and, like, this is awesome. All your families are out here. We like going to the College World Series, so if we want to keep going, we can't shy away from it. You just got to tackle it. But it's not something any of us like. We're not going to act like we do like it.
All right, we'll get you out there on this. And speaking of recruiting, you and your staff are really, really good recruiters, top 15 class that you put together for this year. People see you out recruiting, maybe at a perfect game showcase or an area code. But your biggest recruiting might be, have you been able to get Eric Church to respond that Eric Church will make his way to Omaha?
The word is he might. I don't know. Okay. I'm hoping. He is a huge Tar Heel. He did a fundraiser for our football team in Alumni Hall right there on campus, and I took all of our staffs and wives. Let me tell you, that guy is unbelievable. Like, he is so talented. He just started rolling off songs like one after the other, and he was up there by himself, no band. So, but we're hoping. I don't know if he can work it out, but he is as much of a Tar Heel as we got. So many folks. Coach Roy Williams is going to get out here, so we're excited for. That's what makes me most excited. The older I get, is seeing the joy that everybody else gets from getting out here. Because it's such an awesome place.
Hey, Coach Williams is a huge baseball fan. I mean, I think every time when Coach Fox and you were coming out here, we would always see Coach Williams. He's in the stands at the ballpark the last 2 weekends. He is a huge baseball fan.
Huge. Yeah, huge supporter of mine, huge supporter of our program. But he's also just a dear friend. He is just an unbelievable person. He has texted me, always called me, and he just loves to support us. And, I ask his advice often. He's been into a lot of Final Fours. He's sent me some texts that I've shared with the team. And I'm just thankful because to be someone of his stature, he doesn't act like it.
Congratulations on getting here. You're one of the good guys in the sport. We always love having the Diamond Heels here. And good luck on Friday, Coach.
Thanks a ton. Thanks for having me. Can't wait.
That's North Carolina head coach Scott Forbes. So Eric Church